What up, YouTube? Webhead Mike here, and the OGL 1.1 is still dominating the news, almost annoyingly so, and really, I only see three possible outcomes for this to happen. What some myopic people might call a Grognard exodus, what I might be seeing as a faithful rapture, or what I would love to see is a revolutionary renaissance that will revitalize the industry. Now, the myopic people might be saying, oh, well, this is just a bunch of grognards that are kind of mad that because, they don't get to put out their derivative crap and or something else of, oh, well, if they had any actual integrity, they'd be able to make things on their own. First off, I'd be surprised if any of those myopic midwits actually made anything people wanted and would buy. Second off, this is because, all right, here's an example. Does your phone have value? On its own? No, it doesn't. It needs a system. Lots of people using it in order to have any utility. And this was part of what Kazimir Urbanski, the RPG pundit, had in his mind when he was consulted by Wizards of the Coast when making 5th edition. It needs to be adaptable for a wide audience of people to use it, so that way people can just pick up and go, pick it up real quick and easy, but actually, have some fun with it. So, it's also pretty open to say that Wizards of the Coast doesn't always make the best product. Now, I bought Fizban's Treasury of Dragon. I was pretty happy with that. Mythic Odysseys of Theros, excellent book. Check it out if you can. But, you look at the Strixhaven book, it's cool that they have these, classroom things and teachers and student dice, but there's not a lot of action, adventure, good versus evil, things that you would want in this. It's more like a setting where you're just there and you're not really exploring. Now, if you want to have some ingenuity on your own end, throw in, some field trips or going back to your people, imparting what you've known, improving that area, that would be like a hero's journey, and that's cool. But on its own, it doesn't do that. Journeys through the Radiant Citadel, well, it's really just Planescape again. I really didn't see the need for this. Now, all these other third-party creators, like one I'm looking forward to with Citadel of the Unseen Sun, Sina Inu, Sebastian Crown from Dungeon Dudes. I'm looking forward to those. I can't wait to get my hands on them. And then what was the second thing I said? Yes, a Rapture of the Faithful. Right now you're seeing it with D&D Beyond subscription cancellations. People are leaving this because they begin to realize, wow, there's just nothing here. We're not viewed as valuable customers. We're just viewed as consumers who have a wall between us and our wallet, and they don't want that. So people are picking up and going. People are thinking, all right, well, are there other games to play? And that is certainly an option. There's more to play than just D&D. A lot of games, again, D&D is like the safe shallows of role-playing games. Sure, you can do some cool things with it. It can have its own beauty and stuff, but on its own, it doesn't have much depth. Now, you get people who are creative. They can make all kinds of cool things with that. I know I intend to do so as well. But you introduce something like, say, Mecha Hack, which has all these rules for mech combat, including a reactor die to see how much you're taxing yourself and your machine. Well, that's unique. That's new. And that would not fit in that. It's really good for the setting for giant robots and mecha. And that's what I hope leads into the revolutionary renaissance of revitalization. I want to see more people playing more things. Now, I do want there to be some shared commonalities between people, like something like 5th edition or 5th edition itself being predominant, because then everybody has almost a shared language, common, if you will, or common speak, to intercommunicate and have some exchange of ideas. Now, of course, I would love everyone getting more competent with, say, Genesis, an X-Card RPG, Mecha Hack, the One Ring RPG, the Alien RPG, and the list goes on and on and on. But people can only play so many and be so good. Now, of course, there's the rare exceptions of those of us who are able to go into more, but I want to be able to reach people, man. I want to be able to reach people at my table. But yeah, so the 1.1 OGL, I mean, it's just showing that, well, as Ben from Questing Bee said, you don't need the OGL, and you never really did, because they can't copyright strike, game mechanics. They can try to do that if you're using a lot of similar language, and especially lore. However, it's not going to be ironclad. The only problem with that is that's a very interesting term for lawyers, and to that, interesting means expensive. However, we now have Paizo, Trollord Games, Frogog Games, many others, establishing their own open RPG content license, or the ORC. So they're laying the groundwork to make sure people have the freedom to make their own third-party stuff, and it not be struck down or be given a cease and desist or be otherwise intimidated by, obtuse or murky legalese. Because that's really the only intimidation factor that's at play with WotC right now. They're trying to say all these things like, oh, well, you can't do this, you shouldn't do... Well, really, they're saying you shouldn't do this. But that's all I got to say on that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I thank you for watching this long. Please consider hitting the like button. And until next time, WebMike out.